going to be my first playthrough of Pathfinder, Kingmaker. I'm just going to leave it all normal. Let's create a character. Who are we thinking? Is all cool. What race should we go for? So, different races here, human, elf, whoa. Slow and steady. Let's go human. No body type. I'll try and create this character. 4 sims. Three. Hey. What one looks like that guy? It's got to be that one, right? What? There's no grey hair. God damn it. There you go. Right-handed human. Next. Class. What class shall we be? Ooh. Probably end up dual classing because even when I've played Pathfinder and D&D, I do enjoy being a rogue. Nothing quite like a bit of sneak damage. Sneak attack, sneak attack, sneak attack. Honestly, I probably should have thought about this before starting. Ranger, Rogue, Slayer. So sneak attack. If a character can catch an opponent when he or she is unable to defend himself effectively from an attack, she can strike a vital spot for extra damage. The character attack deals extra damage anytime her target would be denied dexterity bonus to AC. When the character is flanking her target, this extra damage is 1d6 and increases 1d6 at later levels. This additional damage is precision damage and not multiplied on a critical hit. guy, two-handed fighter. Invulnerable Ranger. Wow, nice little DR. Let's go with this. Let's go Invulnerable Ranger. So definitely need to get our strength up. Definitely need to get our con up. We don't need to be smart, right? Or wise. I don't know why, but I enjoy charisma. It's worth having like ways to be able to get yourself out of damage, although perception's quite good. Nah, that's fine. I'll just be dumb. Punch stuff, right? Oh wow. That'd be good starting with a... Oh wow, starting with a 20, that'd be pretty good. Clearly athletics. Persuasion? And perception, even though it's not that great. -1. Next. So, it recommends, I guess that's what it recommends a weapon focus. Doesn't recommend these. What should we make our weapon of choice? A warhammer. That sounds pretty fun. But, just a long sword. And we get a feat. Immediately every time you miss because of concealment, you can roll. No. If you're adjacent to an ally who's also has a feat, you get a +2 competence points. No. You are skilled at working with your allies to perform dangerous combat maneuvers. Dazzling display. Weapon focus is a prerequisite. That sounds pretty good. Your skill, your favourite weapon can frighten enemies. While wielding a weapon in which you have weapon focus, you can perform a wielding shove press as a full round action. Make a persuasion intimidate check to demoralise all foes in 33 who can see your display. That's pretty cool. Deceitful, deft hands, die hard, endurance, extra rage, great fortitude, improved initiative, improved unarmed strike, intimidating prowess, iron will, lightning reflexes, power attack. You can choose -1 penalty to all melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls. This bonus damage is increased by half, 50%. You're making an attack with two-handed weapon. Shake it off. When you're adjacent to one of my allies, you get +1 bonus to saving throws. Shoot wall, skill focus, stealthy, toughness, power shield, efficiency. I quite liked the dazzling display. That seems pretty cool. Gotta go back and check my skills now. Yeah. So I wanna increase. It said a persuasion check, is that correct? A persuasion intimidate check. So ideally we kinda want some more points in charisma. Like, it could be really dumb brute, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I am very all in on strength, right? Ah, that'll do. Character's name. Do you have any suggestions? No. Do you have any suggestions for anyone? Any recommendations for names?
A mere flesh wound.
Someone else.
I need to concentrate.
Oh. Lucky 7 of Cathona. Any suggestions? Any suggestions? One suggestion will get their name. Cool. He will be known as. Oh, what even? Clive. Clive. Young man. Because of the irony, because he looks quite old. Chaos at neutral is the way to go.
So it comes to this.
All those abilities. I don't think you'd ever demoralise your toys, dazzling display, right? Cool. Need to get some armour. Need some armour. I'm thinking maybe we should be something else. Just a base barbarian, right? That still shouldn't affect anything we've done, right? Yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, longsword, dazzling display, character's fine.
Combat is adjourned.
That's outrageous, not sure why that's on there twice. Let's complete. We'll need to find ourselves some armour though, because we are a little
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Festival Hall.
Where are they? This is taking forever! They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Oh. Here they come.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We
for
thank you
inviting us.
from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's
I will,
title?
of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
And you are.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
True.
If I may please answer the question. We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
You're helping us find a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss.
Dude,
It's none of your
shut up.
concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say
Sorry.
that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
Monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Casey. Oh. Cheeky wink. How you doing? Why not
That's a
recognise
good
this
point.
Baron?
As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Fair.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you again. with all my heart for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
We sure will.
I have no doubt. Kind of related, I wanted to ask you something.
Sure.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow?
Sounds a bit of a
I
dick.
think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is Barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about. Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly? And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Not a bad plan. It's settled then. I've accomplished the feats and you'll write them
Deal.
down.
All right. I'm going to my room to write about...
Rage, fight defensively, doesn't display, and... Charge. Ah, he's a bundle of joy, isn't he?
Without a doubt.
Ooh.
Help! Help!
What's
The
going on?
mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Damn. Dice rolls, initiative.
Combat is
Oh,
adjourned.
pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah! No fear!
He's very squishy. 2 out of 15 plus 9. Nice. damage gem. Change that. Ha! What have we got? We've got scale mode on. So, slightly better than what that is, right? Oh, I'm fatigued. Oh, what? Follow me quickly. What's going on in here? Oh. Oh wow, they literally murdered the guy next door to me.
I can see my destination.
I must have slept like a log. No. Bad fun. Ooh, someone else. Crikey, everyone's been slaughtered. Incense. I've got someone we have to help. Look, they're running, get them.
The time for words has passed.
Oh, good. So she acts first. What about him, then me? So I'm flat-footed. Charge. Oh, can't charge him.
You've made your choice.
Oh, I missed. I rolled a 1. Is that a nat 1? Where is it? Critical miss. Nat 1. Wow. That's not a good second roll of the campaign. Natural 1. Oh, crikey. We're rooting for Clive there, right? Go Clive, go Clive. Well, we've taken damage.
So it comes to this.
Yeah. Clive, young man. Taking names. And slaying bandits. That's poor Lindsay. She's getting
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Lead us to victory. Didn't even help.
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands.
I mean, you literally just sit there and watched us kill those 2 people.
Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Double click to drag a single slot. What's this do? Curse?
I won't benefit from using this.
Okay, sorry. Ever burning torch. Dagger. Dagger. The dagger looks like a sword, right? 2 lots of potions. Cool. Onward bound. Oh, good bodies there as well. More daggers. All the daggers. Hello. Just to draw us companions. Okay. Copper ring and some gold. Gold. Always believe in your soul. You got the power to. Oh, hello. So if I select Lindsay,
What troubles you?
she should be able to
Adventures call to them.
Shoot them, right?
Serves you right.
Yeah.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Nice. Get ready for battle. Go on, Lindsay. Oh, advanced combat. Available casting spells. To reveal the spells, open the spell book by pressing B. Character requires the abilities. Appears in 3 slots. A for abilities. Attack of opportunity. Some actions before close to an armed opponent can revoke an attack of opportunity. Additional attack upon your character without waiting for the opponent's turn. Tactical mode. Slow down the time. Better control the walls. Hold shift space. Okay.
Leave this one to me.
Well, nice of you to actually do some damage. Oh, can I charge? Charge! Damn! That's some pretty.
Just
pretty
die
good damage,
already!
right? And then, oh yeah, so you can move forward too. Oh, he is 5 foot movement. Ray of Frost, is that just yeah, cantrip. Cool. Oh. Lindsay.
You deserved it.
Oh, she missed. Looks fine. Clive's got
No fear!
health and death each character. HP drops 0. Each character after combat is over the character gap and you control it. Oh, okay. Wow, they've got lots of potions. Anything else in this room?
Does anyone require my counsel?
I've been in the door. Oh, look, that was the green guy from earlier. Yeah, he got slayed.
Focus on the goal.
Man. Someone's got to be a traitor, right? Just so happens that. Hide armor, is that any good? What's that compared to mine? No. Scale mail seems to be the
I will guide.
So what's in here? Ooh, kitchens.
I can see my destination.
Barrel of fish. Some food on the tables.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Fight for Quorum. Who's this?
It's the end for you rats!
Fair play.
They dare to attack me?
Sure, I guess.
Time to get my hands dirty again!
Wow. I think you just like hero in person. Charge! Oh, why can't I charge? Oh, that sucks. I want to charge him. Oh, I must have a clear path. That's frustrating.
You've made your choice.
That sucks.
Any
Nana's
last
taking damage.
wishes?
Nana's still taking damage. She's taking. Ooh, crit. 31 damage. 31 damage. 31 damage at
Out
like
of my
level 1.
way!
So it comes to this.
Back to my 8. Oh, sure.
It's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
Pretty
I think that's
badass.
exactly how heroes should be.
Right,
What,
Lindsay?
stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Did we go now? Oh, she's quick, isn't she?
There are many roads to success.
This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I can't look at this thing, can I? Whoa! Holy moly. Lucky we sent Lindsay back to go and get that 6 gold or whatever. That might be nice. .48 damage. To re-equip some. Probably not a double moss. All the healing.
I can see my destination.
Oh, dexterity check.
Anything else?
Nice. Ah.
Anything is possible. This is where I step in.
Time to practice my combat abilities.
Why can't I charge him? I can charge him. That was pretty cool.
Leave this one to me.
Serves you right.
She's actually taking like some damage. You shouldn't survive an attack, right?
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Brute force. Yeah, I get +5 for damage at the moment. That's a -2.
Applause, please.
I'll break the doors down. Is this the armory?
Focus on the goal.
Oh, oops. Small key that opens the northern wing of the mansion.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Finally, a
No
voice of
instructions,
reason.
no.
Do what you want. I don't care.
Just giving us
It
a
was just a
barony.
suggestion. But there's a lot of money in that chest, and with all these bandits running around, it wouldn't be any better if they stole it.
I mean, it is a lot of gold. I'm not going to take the tower shield because it's heavy as hell.
I will guide.
Encumbrance.
Never stop learning.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jaethal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
Good point.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
Oh, disable them.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
So you, as you said, you're immune. Okay, so just click on it. You're immune to these traps, so you're just going to disable them, right?
I see something. Applause, please.
Without a doubt.
Funny how all their bodies are looted, right? Not so innocent, are you?
Look here.
Another trap.
Anything else? Just letting the ink dry. Applause, please.
Ask.
So it looks like...
I can see my destination.
Yeah, I guess if we move... Like that? Would that change? Yeah.
You cannot stand against me.
Get ready for battle. Can I hold an action? Is that a thing? Does anyone know how to hold an action? No. Combat. Doesn't say there. Oh. Why is she walking so slowly? How to shoot herself? Oh, all flat-footed. Aha, you missed. You suck.
Just die already!
You missed.
You deserve it.
No fear!
No fear.
You've made your choice.
unworthy.
Time to get my hands dirty again!
Any last wishes?
Nice. That's pretty cool. Find and open the cache in the Sword Lord's Drumandies.
I'm up for an adventure.
What are these? Scroll of Bless and Scroll of Shield of Faith. My character just casually drinking then. Did you guys see that?
There are many roads to success.
More loot. Loot, loot, loot. Shiny things.
Share your will.
Oh, what's this? Shake your hand. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's suspicious.
I know mystic theology, arcane bombomancy, eldritch sciomancy, and many other clever words.
I'm guessing
Focus
that
on
might
the
be.
goal.
Oh. Ah. That makes sense now. Oh my goodness. Ah, so you clicking on that one moves that one. Oh my goodness, and that clicking on that one moves them all. Have we got to have them all down or something? Oh, so close. Wow. Hang on. Put them up, and then that one up, and then
I wrote it like I saw it.
you go over here. No, because once one of those is up and the other's down. Wait, so this one move forward on that one? Is that one? Is that one?
Knowledge is the key
Needs
to
to go on that
victory.
one. Ah, that's not going to work. But that one
Speak.
moves that one. So she
What
needs to
troubles
do
you?
that one first. No, what? Oh, so they're both going up and down together now. Okay, so they match that. So
I
what if I
need
do
to
that?
concentrate.
State your desire.
My patience is running thin.
Your patience is running thin. Crikey.
You have my attention.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Ask.
I always have a second plan.
No, you stay there.
Anything is
You do it.
possible.
I don't tolerate fools.
Never stop learning.
Oh my goodness.
Enlighten me.
Share your will.
Adventures call to them.
Request.
Just letting the ink dry.
Keep your wits about you.
State your desire.
I deserve better.
Does anyone require my counsel?
Speak.
Oh my goodness. This is annoying. I feel like I was close.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
What troubles you?
Ask.
I'm up for an adventure. Never stop learning.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Share your will.
Keep your wits about you.
Anything is possible.
Request.
Oh, too close.
Do this, do that. Will this ever end?
Does anyone require my counsel?
Just letting the ink dry.
Oh my goodness.
State your desire.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
Is there any like hints in here at all?
I can see my destination.
Is there anything to help us out? Do I have to do something? Can I just leave? That's where we came in, right? We're gonna be there. Can I just leave? I think I'm just gonna leave because I can't work this out. I feel like I'm close.
Adventures call to them.
Speak.
We done it. Secret room. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Nice. Anything else?
Scared?
Whoa.
You should be.
Bloody.
Wretched things.
Yeah, wretched thing indeed. Cheeky git.
So it comes to this.
Out of my way!
Despicable.
Wow, that was good. So we got them all up. So the question is there one for them all downwards?
What troubles you?
You have my attention. I will grant your request.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Room over here too. Carved earth. Nunchucks. Yeah, screw the longsword. Let's get some nunchucks out.
I will guide.
What is it? Oh.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me.
I think maybe I need to be a little bit more cautious with
Leave this one to me.
giving people like
I'll just have to resort to brute force.
Keep causing us to be flat-footed.
This is where I step in.
Advance!
Oh, just other people? Oh. Oh, it's her.
Just die already!
Charge! Nice.
Ah! Everything is so much fun with a little fire.
Fire, fire.
What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
Oh, come on, Lindsay. Like that. You sound like a Kelshite.
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends. I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive. I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
I guess that's the plan.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Quit the act, stand on fire, or I'll send you to your final rest.
How rude, speaking to a dying man that way. Look, I can't even move.
Can't move,
What?
eh?
It can't be. But I'm gravely wounded. I can't even stand up. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, he's a cleric. That's cool. Group formations. Oh, okay. I've done that. Yeah, that's fine. As long as we meet the undead lady. Right up front, that's probably best.
I can see my destination.
Oh, hello.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Do you need help putting the fire
No,
out?
we'll manage. I've got my best people here. Those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
Okay.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
Let's go.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
May Abadar keep you safe.
Let's go, I guess. Oh, hello. Illustrator work episodes. Cool. So our adventure started earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team gathered in the hall yesterday. They'd been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Clive Youngman. And not at all by a scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined of himself. Riley Dory's waiting for us to get to her, but we have to march through fire, literally. Let's drench ourselves with water. And then he said cover your nose and mouth, so let's go for that. Good thing we haven't wasted time. After entering the building and taking a few steps forwards, the wall behind us slanted to crash down with a terribly crackling sound, blocking the way. While we may not have planned what was going on, we come in a little while later, the flaming logs and red hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. Forwards! Oh, crikey. Hot air burned our lungs, our eyes watered from smoke, but Clive Youngman led us stubbornly for the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. I'm having a feeling that this Tartuccio guy's not very good. We made it for the hallway leading us to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie! Valerie! One of the guards I chatted to a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I've been stunned by her beauty. I'm guessing this is her. But now, amid the smokes and flames, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armoured deity. Menacing but beautiful, merciful, descending upon the high spheres to help us poor mortals. She held the burned and barely living guard in her arms. There are 2 more, she shouted. They are wounded, help me pull them out. Tartuccio grumbled, something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, well, we've got to save the guards, right? Succeeded. Saving the poor fellow didn't take long. Together we lifted them and carried them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. Thank you, that was truly noble of you. And now, let's rush to Lady Adori's aid. Ensuring the guards we rescued were relatively safe, made our way to the hall where the battle was already in full swing. Oh my god. Does that mean we're going to have to fight that frost giant guy that we just saw? Oh, here we go. Uncollected loot. Nah, I'm fine. That's pretty good though. So it offers you all the loot at the end, so you don't necessarily need to collect all the loot. That's good. It's good to know. Oh. Oh, she's fighting the frost giant. I mean, he done like 50 damage to these guys. Crikey. Look at them slugging match. Right, let's go.
They dare to attack me?
Get ready for battle. Of course he went first. What does he have? Burning Man's magic missile, acid blast. I mean, burning hands, that's a cone thing, right? So he can run forwards. Burning hands. Oh, he can't even make it. Move action. Oh, okay, so we've got like a, what do you call it, festival. Ah, we've got our surprise round. That's pretty cool. Lindsay, what would you like to do with your surprise round? You can inspire. That's pretty cool. And then she can. Any suggestions? She got any spells, range spells? Oh, it's just the ones that she's got there. Cool. Well, these different abilities. Demoralize. I think there's too many people there to demoralize. I'll just move you forward because you're like front range fighter, right? Harem. Cleric dude. Bless. Let's move you. Can I move you out, Bless? Probably not. If I bless everyone. Oh, here I am. Come on. Ah, here we go. Let's actually use a rage. And then let's charge. Can I charge? I'll charge this guy. Ah, what a hit. 12 damage. Valerie. Ah. Have we got anyone? Oh, I probably shouldn't have charged that person. You can move forward, Valerie. She's slogging out with that. Wow. She's not slogging out with the Frost Giant. She's just annihilated that Frost Giant. So I do. Oh yeah, that's the evil guy. So if I move you up to like here, and then you can do burning hands on those three. Burn, 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 just go and burn. Oh, I want that dude. Just following around, healing up. Right, Lindsay. Oh, see that? Not sure what I done. If we get you to go, there else there's there. Let's get you to move your movement, and then like shoot this
Serves
guy.
you right.
Rift's Channeler. What's he doing? Oh, so now she's got to fight Hydra. Wow, she's like farming the XP. Nice. Cool. You go and you got. Do you have a charge action? No. Inflict wounds. You go attack the assassin leader. Oh, that wasn't very good. Him double move. Yeah, double move. Mirror image. That's not good. Right, let's take the thing that I got the feet with. So all enemies in 30 feet. And I... Ouch. Fast healing 5. So I mean, it's just like heals 5 around. That's pretty badass. So they're all shaken. What does shaken do? Let me see what shaken. Don't worry, I won't see what shaken does then. You can deal with this assassin. Come on, Valerie. Yes. She's pretty badass, isn't she? Wow, she gets 3 attacks a turn. Well, so she's got to be like 10 at least, right? Well done. Oh, it's her. So she's a fire genasi, but does water. I might be getting that wrong. So if we move you to here, and then burning hands there. That's pretty good, right? Lindsay! What should we have here? Ear piercing screen. Why don't we reach within close range? It's not worth it, is it? Let's move you up and shoot this channeler.
You deserved it.
Wretched things.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating, right?
Despicable.
Because that's not going to... Oh, hello. Who's this? Amiri! Took the long route, did you? Do we have something to... Touch of Chaos? No. Pretty trash. Let's just go for that assassin leader. Protection from good. Wow, that's not nice. That's not nice. Let me go and attack that channeler. Oh, what? A critical miss. What did I roll? Where is it? With a critical miss. A natural one again. That's the second natural one. Oh, attack opportunity. Nice. You go for this bowman. So she would like to kill that Hydra. She is farming XP, man. Definitely farming XP. Joe. Burning Hands burns allies as well, right? Yeah, all creatures. So if I go here though. Right. Burning Hands is pretty good. Pretty good at AoE as well. Lindsay, shoot this Rift Chamber. What's he on? Oh, look how close he is to die. Watch him bring something else back. No. Can you get to him? Oh no, you don't. Charged you.
Advance! You never had a chance.
What? 42 damage? 2d4 times 4. Wow. That's pretty insane. And 30 damage there. Pretty good attack, didn't they?
Your life ebbs low.
Oh, nice. Claw Sphere. Oh, you're joking. You are taking the mickey. Oh my goodness.
Onwards!
Annihilate him.
Stay behind me!
Now she's got to fight Manticore. So she's fighting an ice giant, a Hydra, and a Manticore.
Leave this one to me.
Brain missed. Did leave it to you. 14. Lindsay. Shoot the assassin leader.
This is where I step in.
Oh, Lindsay. Need to be hit.
Unworthy.
Yeah, as I say, assassin leaders had far too much luck. So do we get to fight this Manticore now? No. Nice. Let's. Can we loot the bodies? Ooh, braces. Any bodies that haven't been looted? Oh, frost giant body. Yes, please. What's he got? Great axe. I'm fatigued, but blessed. Go speak to her. I mean, I don't know why she's gone to speak to her, but she has.
Thank you for your valor and bravery.
You're
The
welcome.
enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
You're welcome, but like, I don't think you need us. You like annihilated those people.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
What the hell? Yeah. No, he's trying to set me up. Like, clearly he's the evil one, right?
In the middle of the attack, he took off the very ring that would guarantee his safety just to set you up. Possible, but not convincing.
A 2. I've had 2 nat 1s and a 2. Oh my goodness. That's not so good. That's not so good. I'm guessing you probably get different responses based on what you roll? Like, what happened when you guys played through?
There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
Great. Done nothing wrong.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions.
Oh, good.
For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
Wonderful.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
Yeah.
My words might be rash.
Yeah. Especially after you winked at me. Like, come on.
I bet my life despises anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, he's got the eyes of a spy and the mug of a spy.
Too right.
Lady Eldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
In all fairness, I clicked on the door and we passed the check before I even realised, so...
And not just that. Upon finding the guard's salaries in the armory, he immediately pocketed it all.
Yeah, we weren't trying to take the money, I just wanted to keep it away from the bandits.
Considering the circumstances,
Hey.
that was more than reasonable.
See? Not that you want it back, right?
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril, until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
Too right, Valerie.
Well, of course, theft is not to be condoned. However, when the fire burns around you, and you are but one step away from death, is it not insane to worry about laws and rules?
No.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here?
What trick?
He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
People were dying right in front of me, how could I just walk by?
Trying to save others is commendable, but Tartuccio's right. You were needed here more.
Wow.
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but he behaved decently as a true leader.
Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Wow. That's
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
If I press I,
Lady Eldori,
I was seeing if I could steal
most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed.
Rather chaotic of me.
Those
but...
who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
Clearly me, right?
If my leader allows,
Oh, yes.
I would join his team. He
Sure.
seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Yeah, she seems pretty good.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not with me.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
What, he's a little bit weak? I would be inclined to agree.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
Thank you, Lindsay.
As for me, I know neither of these two. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the Stolen Lands, but not yet.
She was literally winking at me like 5 minutes ago.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spine guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the Stolen Lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's Crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Cool.
Tartuccio, your words are quite convincing. But I can't afford to trust words alone. If you're really innocent, I hope you'll prove it with your deeds.
He's not innocent.
While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The Royal House of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. And now, farewell.
3 months.
This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Damn it. So we got Valerie. Oh.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, Stolen Lands. Heroes are on the way.
So, first of all, now we've got a party. Oh, look at this. Look at the loot. Right, do we have better weapons for ourselves? So we currently just got a longsword. If I buy price 100 GB for those nunchucks. Yeah, I've just got normal longswords. Armor, scale mail, breastplate belt, scale mail. Yeah, I think. Nice. Ooh. Chainmail better than breastplate? It's the same. Chainmail has a better arcane spell chance feature, whatever the hell that means. Let's go for this one. It's a -4 for that. No. Max dex up. Cool. Hey, so you're running around with a masterwork bastard sword. Is it rude to steal a sword? Can I steal it? I can steal it. That's quite funny. What you can have though is... Oh, I can't use it. Can't be equipped by this. Damn it. Very cheeky. I tried. Banded mail. Crikey, yeah, she's got some badass armor. Oh, hello, what's this? Oh. Bracers. Nice. Copper ring. Oh, I still get to get the ring. That's good. +1 AC, plus 18 AC. Holy shit, she's got a 23. Sorry, excuse my language. She's on a 15. We gotta try and improve her AC. What can you wear? Can you wear scale mail? Goes up 1. With your ginormous sword. What have you got? You're at the back, really. Mind you, it'd be worth giving you some healing spells. Everyone gets a cure light wounds. Everyone gets a cure. Cool. So 12 o'clock daytime. Let's go. Where have we got to go to? Oh. Random encounter. There is someone on the roads. My goodness, probably about time to have a nap as well.
Victory!
It's exactly 21:44 as I'm recording this, and 21:44 in game. Hello. Oh, crikey, tigers. Tigers.
Serves you right.
Ouch, that is not a very good attack, didn't see. Charge! Nice. Ouch. Charge! Oh my goodness, we have some like serious damage in our party with 2 barbarians.
You deserved it.
Nice. Ah, here we go, rest. It's high time to set up camp for a rest. So press R. And you choose stuff. And the rest in. Okay, what? Can I do it here? Oh, yeah, I can do it here. Let's do it here. Oh. We could skin them. Nice. Can't turn down 2 GP, right? You know what they say, count the silvers and the golds take care of themselves? Hunting. Okay. Hunting required for rest. The rest will take some time. Can I change who does what? No? Okay. Oh, manage. There we go. My stealth is -6. How's your stealth? -15. How is your stealth? -4. I'm rubbish at all nature. Okay, so that's why she's doing that. How about you? You're very stealthy. World knowledge? World knowledge? World knowledge? Okay, we can hit really well, but I mean, what does sharpen weapons do? Increases their damage for the first 12 hours. Valerie maintains armor. Gains a +1 AC bonus. What does watch do? And then I want a -6 to that. We need another person, really, don't we? That seems like a solid choice. I mean, I get it's not going to be the best. Ooh. Nice. Oh. Continue. Sweet. A little snack, a little rest, little shy. Onward bound. Here we go, the trading post.
We should
Crikey.
gather our strength.
Really? I mean, we're literally there, right? Don't need to. Don't need no rest. Just turned up, didn't we? It's a trading
I
post.
must replenish my powers.
Yes, yes. Winch. Ooh, rabbit. That's a huge rabbit. Save yourself, fools. Oh. In the name of the stag. Oh, for. The lawful authority of the Zolands, we demand this week's taxes and some beer. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us some dinner. Quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're here for this stag lord's tax. Hand over the money, and we'll be on our way. Alignment is in the dialogues. My task is to clear the land of bandits. Bandits. I'll start right now. Retreat.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Valerie, get that
Do
guy.
not falter! Ah!
Oh, that wasn't very good. Clive, can you charge and get this guy? Unavailable. Why is it unavailable? Oh,
You've made your choice.
Oh wow, this is not
Any last wishes?
critical hit. Only 4 damage. They're doing like 48 in the other thing. Ouch. Definitely fatigued is not a good thing.
They go down!
Oh, she hits like a house, man. Attack of opportunity, nice. Valerie, can you get to him? Can you charge? No.
Onwards! Stay behind me!
So it comes to this.
This is where I step in.
Oh, I didn't realise he was on such little health. Oh. Oh, the yellow is friendly. She just crit again. Level up. Oh, sick. Probably wants to go rogue because you get the cool sneak attack stuff. But if I go barbarian, then I get what do I get? Level 2 rage power and uncanny dodge. Yeah, uncanny dodge is good. No points, but I got 3 points in this. Mobility? What does that do? Class skill. Perception is still pretty trash. Wow, cool. So if you hover, it tells you what the rest of your party's here. So literally Lindsay's good for stealth. No one is good for mobility, whatever that is. Lindsay's... In fairness, she is the bard, so... Wonder if you can get other members of the party later on. do? Oh. Rage power. Lethal stance. Also on bonus attack takes 1 penalty to AC. Swift foot by range 10 foot enhancement of base speed. Wow, that's pretty good. Especially with that charge. Let's just go this. Let's just make sure we can get up in there. And canny dodge is so good. So good.
I must replenish my powers.
Oh. Yeah, I'll let them auto decide what they want. Oh, she's gone for lethal stance. Take that, you scoundrels. But now, scratches his head. The girl got away. A plague on her. She's certain to complain to the Stag Lord that came before to collect taxes, but the time will come to punish treason. What are we to do? If only I could send her somewhere safe and show these rats what's what. Yes, fair woman. Why are you here? I told you to stay hidden. It's all over. I saw it. I just need to make sure you're all okay. Well, looks her husband tenderly with a faint hint of sorrow. I mumble something as he looks away embarrassed. My name is Dana. I'm sorry for your role with our trading post. It turned out to be so unwelcoming. So let's get to the point. You say the bandits are going to attack again. Who are they and when will they arrive? A leg raised his hand suddenly. Who are they? They're the Stag Lords, can that's who. These lands are teeming with bandits like bedbugs in a beggar's hut. And you just stirred them up. I have a camp not far from here. I expect they'll return in full force in a day, maybe less. The Stag Lord won't take an insult like this lightly. His henchmen are more like demons than men. For the safety of her post may have been one of the conditions. It's proper brutal. But she said nothing about having to listen to your whining. I'll help you, but I'm not really interested in your post. I know about to have a good fight. Love and fear will help you deal with the attack. We appreciate your good intentions. If you manage to defend this post, I'll reward you proper. Noise. We have to hide Savannah. Please don't argue, Dove. Now we need you to decide a plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that could be used for battle. Plenty of pretty solid traps around, some tar and a box of alchemist fire. Alchemist fire? We could put that by the gate. Light off with a burning arrow for those bandits nearby. That could set the post on fire. Or maybe we covered in the walls with something to protect them. Alright, yes, I think it could work. Even shoot the arrow myself. I used to be pretty good with a crossbow. I'll go look around and see. I think the best way to use the tar and traps. Right. Oh, I definitely should have rested.
Focus on the goal.
Use the traps. Oh, cool. Nice.
There are many roads to success.
Should have rested. Should have rested. Yeah, spill the tar near the trading post entrance. Slow them down, but also very, very flammable. Burn, baby, burn. Disco and burn. Oh, heavy mace.
Without a doubt.
Spoon. Wonder if that increases your cooking capabilities because you're using cooking utensils. Potato.
I can see my destination.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. If anyone can tell me what that's from, I'll give you a, I don't know, a free sub. Not that it means much at the moment. Since this is my first ever stream. Oh, hello. Who are you? Ogun. A frail little man wearing a stained and tattered robe gives you a gloomy look. I'm Bogun, local herbalist. What brings you here? We could use your help find the bandits. Where's this coming from? You are not man like me to fight. Here, take this potion. Consider it me helping. We'll talk about it later. Hey, can't complain. Cure wounds. Might actually
I
use
need to concentrate.
a couple of those just in case.
I will
I wonder how long
guide.
it's taken to get here. Cheeky rat. Heavy crossbow. Simple proficiency group. Do you think I can give that to
I wrote it like I saw it.
Lindsay? Because she's only got a light one, hasn't she? Weapons. Heavy There you go. I've improved your crossbow massively. Look at that. I say massively. Two more damage. 2 more damage. Right.
Never stop learning.
Oh. I hate when you do that. Like accidentally deselect them.
Focus on the goal.
So no spoilers, but how difficult is this part? Elegant Varma are discussing something in low but impassionate whispers. You manage to make out the words "forget about" before they stop talking. Oh, like, what can you tell about the man who ran away from the post? That must have been broken. He sells potions. That's who I just spoke to. Oleg, I'd like to see your goods. I don't know what training was out. Those bloodsuckers come back and take everything, but alright, let's have a look. Oh yeah. Let's sell some stuff. Sell some stuff. All this heavy armor, we don't actually need that, right? Don't need those, don't need those. Have that long swords. Bucklers, useless. Can I sort it by price in descending? Potion of remove blindness. Yeah, 187 gold, thank you. What's this? Nunchucks. Mace, no thank you. Longbow, no thank you. Wand magic missile. Yeah, it's useless. Medallion. We can have those. Bloodstone. Large person. Jasper. Merchant pay well. Keep the fish. Have the crossbow. Have these bows. Have all the daggers. And all the clubs. Have a spear. Have 2 swords. Have a falchion. What even is a falchion? Fork, right? What are these? Shining scales. You have 2. Decorate scabbard. Help. Am I going to regret selling all this later on? Please someone tell me before I said it. Will I regret selling all this? Silk disc, ink, bauble, carb beads. If anyone's watched Fox Machina, they like beads. Oh, cooking. Can I give that to... I'll try it in a sec. That'll do. Right. Deal. So it gives us 1,600 pricing descending. Holy moly. Full plate ring protection. Ooh. That's essentially what a true show gave to me. Right, that's 2,000 GP. Masterwork longsword for me, maybe. It hardly seems worth it at the moment. Two-bladed sword. That seems pretty cool. I'd give that to the other barbarian lady, whatever her name is. Bag of holding. Full plate. Nah. Not worth it. Right. Perfect attack. Finally a fight. Rani's heroics. I was hoping to wrap up, but I guess even the greatest heroes had to start somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry, Lindsay. Crikey. Beg your pardon. Please don't do anything too risky. Savannah, go inside and hide. We're going to meet our guests. Time past 6 hours. That's almost a long rest, right?
We will prevail.
Oh my goodness. How did they not die? Can I move her like here so they come for the trap? Oh, how's he not dead? Is that his health there? He's got like 1 health, right? Holy moly. Right, if we got so you charge, get rage on. Tally banded down here. Oh. That one. Chapter good. Nice. Right, Lindsay, you kill this dude.
Serves you right.
What? Right, that range. Let me go and attack that. Nice.
Let us strike as one.
What? Is he like undead or something? Wait till his turn to die. Very considerate. Guess. Right.
Bring it!
Man, between me and her, we are dealing with some like ridiculous damage. Poor
You
Lindsay,
deserved it.
back with her heavy crossbow. Missed every single shot ever since she's got the heavy crossbow.
I'll just have to resort to brute force. No fear.
Yep.
You've made your choice.
Oh. Yep. Attack.
So it comes to this.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I just
Do
skipped
not
a step.
falter.
That was silly. At least if you shoot, so I get an attack opportunity. No, not even in range of that. Charge! Yeah, she's not letting people quicker than I am.
Any last wishes?
Right, charge. That is so good, man.
yours!
Wow. We deal some serious damage. What's this cloak? Cloak of Resistance. This is cloak grants this wearer a +1 resistance bonus to all saving throws. Sweet, thank you. I know you just watch me loot these bodies, but you want to buy all this stuff, right? You got rats. You rats got what you deserve. Now they know better than to treat honest people like cattle. We should call Broken out before he freezes in those bushes. Now, my lord, heading up to the guest rooms on the 2nd floor, you deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean things up. And for this and your efforts, now don't offend me trying to tear it down, take it. 100 gold pieces. We'll talk tomorrow. I want to Zoe stuff.
I'm up for an adventure.
I'm listening.
Just letting the ink dry.
I'm listening.
Potatoes. You're okay with me just nicking all this stuff from behind you, right? Oh, hello. You said go upstairs, right?
Adventures call to them.
Can I give myself that advantage?
It's just not my lucky day.
Oh, that's a shame. So I have to try again in the morning. Nasty fog.
Hear me.
Oh, this is a dream.
Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches towards you. Seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Who are you?
Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself. The bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. The defeated guardian. Call me the guardian of the bloom, if you wish. Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
How can I help you?
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
Okay, I understand.
I don't believe in fate, stranger. But our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
So find the bandit camp, who hopefully tells you where a house is. Right, let's just have a save game. Cheeky save. Oh, hello. There's another chest of drawers here. Feels a bit dodgy, doesn't it, to be standing like a hotel and just nicking everything out the drawers. Especially an explorer's belt worth 625 gold. Plus 2 con. Resistance bonus to saving throws. Wow, that's awesome. Blessed signet. You can cast blessed. Might be worth giving that to Lindsay. Lindsay, cast blessed for us. Ember. What happens if I give you the book?
You'll have to show me how to use it first.
Yeah, read it. Cool. Let's go back and sell him the junk that we stole from those guys. Oh. Can I get you to go upstairs? Oh. Hello, you're new. The elf looks straight at you through the tangled hair fallen. Hey, you're the adventurer, right? Seeking fortunes of the stolen lands. You aren't the only one of your kind here. Take my advice. Keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the ones who call themselves friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Well, you already know that. Who are you? An Oxel with 8 eyes. Once upon a time I was famous throughout Absalom. The reckless 6. Well, glory passes quickly. A few miserable decades later, no one recognises you on the street even more. What are you doing here? I sit waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. You may be sitting here in a backward town in Absalom. I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coin. They are brave hearts and shallow packets. A little gold will be welcome for a change for them. I can send them a message. They will come from Mazel for a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign and we'll arrange something right away. Would you like to join me? No, I've got nothing to do. Go manage your own. I need loyal, experienced fighters. I haven't got that much money right now because it's 2,000 GP. Why you call AIs? Once long ago, you could spot an enemy and pin him to the wall before he could even think about attacking. Some said I had AIs and looked around all at once, although I seem to outlive my nickname. I've been drinking so much lately, it's best I don't test my skills too often. Yeah, okay. Might be able to afford a new shipping your wares. I might be able to afford prize in sending order. Yeah, I've got that 2,000 now. Actually, has he got pricing descending? Yeah, like we literally got like a ring of protection. Another ally would be awesome. Nice. I get to choose. I get to build them. Oh yes, that's pretty cool. What should we go for? What we need. really is. I don't know. Yeah, skill monkey like a rogue might be quite good. A halfling, yeah, a halfling rogue. A chunky halfling rogue. Oh, there you go, phase 4. Oh yeah. Definitely can't. There you go. Ah, yeah, let's go female. Let's have a girl in the party. Have you seen how big her headset gets? Ah, the large head. That is the happy one. Just a general rogue, I think.
Hey, have a look!
That doesn't really work for a rogue, does it?
Trivial.
The road calls me.
Our path, let's move. I won't take that.
All according to plan.
Yeah, pragmatic. Have you got a name? Do anyone like to suggest a name? No. I will call her. Ayo. Ayo Price. Be Celtic neutral alongside yourself.
I'm wounded.
Look at those skills. Right, is everyone rested? Can I go now? I don't know what I need to do next, right? Definitely just spent all my money though. Definitely. Definitely poor. But definitely worth an extra companion, right? Who are you? Remus, but that won't help with the fog. What are you doing here? I do nothing but breathe walk observe. The fog is visible after me. I see more than ever. I've never seen so much before. But someone must look. No one else can. The fog is wrong. It hinders your legs, not your sight. I wish not to try. I don't have time to listen to an old fool's nonsense. Bulldog barks. While cunning one readies to bite. Cunning, short and stubborn. Now he is an ancient tomb that lies beneath the training ground. Such the great power once gave you joy, now brings you only death. You only want my nonsense, then you'll hear my sobs and screams. Once stolen, the land shall be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, bound by the claimer shall. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties. Claiming the land, claiming his pain, claiming his death. An ancient tomb has been discovered. Ancient tomb. Random encounter.
What troubles you? This is where I step in. And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me!
Charge also. Can't charge that one. I'll go for that one then. Noise.
This should do it.
Tear them apart!
Hindsight, I think actually look at what. Yeah, he's got a short sword. He probably wanted a dagger, in all fairness. Oh, I've got so much to do later. Just hold it. Oh well. Light crossbow will do. 2 range people then. Need to change that formation really. Wow, all the band up in canvas.
What for Gorham?
A calculated risk.
Nice. The sneak attack damage is pretty good now. Charge.
Serves you right.
Oh. That was pretty easy. Whoa. Actually, maybe jump. Get out of here. Crikey. Achievement. Unlocked Survivor. Enter the ancient tomb. Nice. A name in gaudy purple garb seizes your attention. Of course, the scoundrel Dark Chill, who you know from your time in Bristol. The vile gnome is standing on a small hill, expressing his discontent in every way he can muster.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling. Should I make some tea in the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and collared trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorion!
Why hurry? The same end awaits us all.
Hold your tongue, gnome. I can hardly tell your twaddle from the buzzing of a fly.
Quickly now. If we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Let's try and get her to join us. Yeah, nice.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat. I won't help you!
This will hurt. Let's try this way.
They go down!
Stay behind me!
I see something.
you see?
This should do it.
+1 longsword. Nice. Oh, she's leveled up as well. What? Stud level up. Can you head with a single eye. Sun and moon.
What's that?
A trivial matter.
Ew. Got all the skills. She's got all the skills. Yo. Why?
Anything is possible.
I can find out because you're not in this. Party of 6. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? How sweet the first breath of fresh air after the stale, damp stuffiness of that tomb, before I stretched it underneath the earth. Peaked with hills and gullies, the patch of low shrubs already on the trail of touch. His companions had already gone cold. I mean, I did chase after him. Law 11. Succeed. No blade of grass was bent. Must have been enough time to straighten back up since whoever passed through. But the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of the little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until finally we came to a huge gully, the dried up bed of a silver of yore. But what was this? At the edge the grass was trampled, the soil turned up, the claw prints, lots of them. We stumbled upon a fresh battlefield, and here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle, down into the gully. The brave footprints faced down the enemies, followed the path along its edge. We tried to imagine who or what left the claw marks. From here, the trail splits. One set of footprints brought down to the rich red. The claw marks were not deep. The attackers were small and lean and more like creatures walked on 2 legs. Finally, the former prince left a down a mine, which stumbled onto Kobold lands. Step magic. You discover traces of spells, apparently from the illusion of School of Magic, near where the lonely child descended into the gully. To our surprise, we discovered the little shoe prints turned into little claw prints and on their way to the gully, as if someone from Takusho's band was wearing shoes, and either took them off or grew claws and jumped into the gully to avoid the battle. Down into the gully, right? The way down was steep and took some time to reach the bottom. Walking the loose soil was difficult, but the claw footsteps were easy to spot. The bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally, the footprints turned, whirled up the steep slope and disappeared into the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animals' agility and clever claws of the creatures who were following. The slope crest before us was as tall as two men and ended at a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady route stuck out the ground from the top. Ayo, yes. Ayo succeeded at 15 plus 9, nice. After stuck on the route, Ayo Price took a deep breath and grabbed it with both hands and began the difficult ascent, pushing with her feet against the slope, grabbing the root with both hands. She climbed higher and higher. Only a heavy breathing, a faint creaking of the foot broke into deadly silence. Suddenly dust poured down from the top of the slope. Leaves began to slide from the ground. Keeping her wits, Ayo Price shifted away onto her legs and froze. After a tense moment, she continued her journey and soon had reached the top of the slope. After catching her breath, she lay on the ground and offered her hand to help the next of us up. After climbing out the gully one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense. We sensed we were approaching a target, and our intuition proved correct. It's still raining.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me. You! When will I finally be rid of you? Don't listen to him, tribesmen. This liar comes to play tricks on us. You and you, hold him back. The rest of you, follow me!
That's one thing I never expected to see in the middle of the forest. A circus show. The only new trade party show. Yeah, I don't think they're going to hold us long.
We will be victorious!
A calculated risk.
This didn't work. I must be doing it wrong.
Wretched things. This will hurt.
Let us strike as one!
Yeah. Gone again. Oh, hello, something over here. Nice. Mushrooms. Mushrooms.
This requires your attention.
Onwards. Alright, just gonna have a quick save there. Go put to loot, grab a drink. Right, that is going to be me for this evening, but thank you for those that have stopped by, and I'll see you all soon.